Arctic Observing Networks. That process began evolving during IPY because there was that issue of the fact that this is a large international program and we needed to move forward in preserving the data that was being collected, and at a global level, it really is that next step up. SAON itself is looking at how do those large organizations work together, what are the management strategies we need, right down to some of the nitty-gritties of data and metadata that's needed, and establishing the principles of why it's important across the polar sciences. And I'm sure that in your own disciplines there may or may not be discussions around this as well. The only thing is, though, is that there really isn't anybody policing the sandbox, so that data sharing sandbox. There's no one out there saying you have to do this. And so I think what that leads us to is a bit of ambiguity about how we navigate this process. We can look at all of the principles, but when it comes down to I'm at my desk and my phone rings and someone's asking me to share my data, those principles don't necessarily take you through the next steps of now what do I say. I think personal considerations from our own perspectives, the practices can be very discipline specific sometimes. In some fields it can be very common to share data, easily accessible, and it could be quite easy. But requests for data sharing are common, and they can come from various sources and directions. And I think as an early career researcher, we're always trying to balance network building, building a strong program, building a lot of publications, fostering new opportunities and collaborations. And we don't want to offend anybody. But at the same time, as I said, a lot of us sort of pull back